check it out, Sam the Raven.
Planet Coaster. It's about different coasters that you can put drinks on a table. Coaster arrangement simulator. Maya's favorite. Maya's favorite one. Maya's favorite game. Oh, he loves it. He does. Sounds like someone getting clapped in the room next door so much. You know, that intro. Planet Coasters one. Resume. I might do the other theme park. Roller Coaster Tycoon, yeah. Right, yeah, it's all coming back to me now. This ride is called Wax Stevens Hip. We started this park yesterday and I hate it so much. So much louder than everywhere else in the park. We got this roller coaster here, which is called PB Had a Light Coffee. There's this fucking thing in here, which is called the Overthink. There's Mogul's Room. Oh, of course I could make it worse. Over here we've got a Chipotle. And a Starbucks. And then we've got this. This park is so shit.
You're in the flesh and done without a trace.
If you walk straight through far enough, you can see that it starts as horror, becomes Jurassic Park, and also has spaceships. But if we look at my other park, it's much better. And maybe we should just play that one. Mogul's Mind. Super Mega Fantasyland. Look at this park. Look at this one. This is an entirely medieval fantasy park. And it is so much nicer looking than the other one. I mean, there's a lot of people here. There's this, which is called Princess Amelie's Castle Carts. Drinks, hot dogs, coffee. This is a staff room. In here is something. Hats and an information kiosk. You can come along here and there's this fucking... There's a donut shop. And there's a drinks. But there's also this thing. Which for some reason... Oh, it needs... See, the problem with the park... There is some problems with the staff in this park. For some reason. And I'm not sure what it is. Will one of you go and work here? Is there someone working here? I just can't see them. Security is unhappy. What's his problem? There are no staff buildings with space. Okay, we need staff buildings. Oh, these just let themselves on. Oh, the guy that attends it is down here. Is that why that one is the one that's running the show here? I don't really know how the game works as a game. I've only ever built stuff. And everything else, I cannot understand. We can fit more people on there. What the fuck is this? Minimum rider load. It's got all the stock music. I haven't done anything like that. And then over here is that same ride, Phantom Mountain. And I think that's all I have in the park. Oh, over here I did put this in, that's right. This thing. Insanity. Run a test. I think I just did this but didn't. One of these rides. Does it spin all the way around? This is the most boring ride of all time to watch, I know. We have to do a test and then we can open it. I was building this when I was coming out of my like hyper focus that I was on. See, these, they need vendors. But then they also need staff rooms. Is that the issue? Test complete. No music. We can put the Gothic Necklord theme on. Why not? I think it's like Final Destination shit. It is a bit. How you doing, Mo? Okay, let's get some another staff building. Femboy Hooters, fantasy staff room. There's one there. So one over here would be good, I think. It'd be cool if this was an actual functioning park. Unlike the other one. A pure shit show. And this is a staff room and bathroom. Let's see what people want. How do you find that out? Park management. Overview. Staff summary. They're really unhappy for some reason. It doesn't tell me why. It just says they're unhappy, which is extremely fucking annoying. Workload normal. I gave all of them a pay rise as well. They're all just free roaming. This guy quit. But I don't know what it is that they want. It doesn't tell me. It must be a staff room. It's alright, let's got stuck upside down for 30 minutes. It's my worst nightmare. Easily my worst nightmare of all time. Is to be stuck on a ride that gets... I hate being upside down. When one of you little psychopaths shows up at my house one day, inevitably. That's how you torture me. I wish I could rotate this. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Shit. Alright, fuck it. Wait. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a seagull. It's in the air. Enjoying the run of chill games. Well, I am playing a shooter today. I'm playing RoboQuest. It's a sponsored portion of the stream, but it actually looks pretty good. We'll find out. Oh, yes. We'll find out, alright. And, that would probably be a bit more energetic. It's kind of a roguelite. Don't tell Tom Bacon's. Kind of cool looking, whatever this is. More shops though. What about when stealth rolls back? No, that's fine. I just don't like being stuck upside down for hours. My worst nightmare. I think would be good here. We just fill the whole thing out. Grid style. Hit that gritty. Gotta be careful because the people will just walk through the walls of stuff because they don't see the items as being there. So you can make it look really shit in the end by accident. Like, I hate that, but I'm gonna cover it with something. That's also a shop, apparently. Kind of weird looking, but I'm kind of hoping I can move this. I can. Yes, boy. Relegated. The shame. Hickey was your only fucking saving grace in this channel. Like a shield, like everything you did that was just horribly flat-headed. Hickey would always do something worse and make you look like marginally better by default. Watch your back, boy. If Lux wasn't addicted to watching an anime right now, he'd be in a lot of trouble. Oh, this is also a shop. Fuck. an actual functioning ATM. That also need a path. I do indeed like a roguelike. I don't think we got along very well either at the end. What, you and Hickey? Because you're both fake people. Just, you know, just accept it. Hello, Orcish. Time to be yourself. And then just surround yourself with people who are actually like you instead of trying to force yourself on other people. And then adjust yourself to match what they expect you to be. Really is that simple. Just pull some shit from over here. Give me this. This will cover all the nasty little bits. Nasty bits. Nasty bits everywhere. Such nasty bits. My word. She certainly did have such nasty bits. Well, I can tell you now, she had nasty bits. Don't listen to him. Hide who you are and chameleon yourself into everyone's friendship group. You can do that. I mean, most people will fall for it. It's exactly what Hikir was doing all these years, and like just me and Lux were just standing around like, what the fuck is everyone? Why? What the fuck? The Pulp Fiction where he's just like standing around, going like, huh? None of you see this. Guy's clearly a fucking serial killer. Most people will fall for your shit, but the problem is you seek validation from people like me and Orcish and Lux. People who see through that shit. And that's where you're going to run into trouble. These people aren't satisfied with just being part of the masses. You want to be one of us. But you can never. You are nothing compared to us. We are ascendant in comparison. You are little more than an ant crushed under Lux's shoe, you wretch. Hickey isn't banned, he just hasn't showed up since you fucking rock bottomed him. You did this. You killed him. It wasn't even me. It's hilarious. Never happened before. I'm the only person that calls people out, and then in comes fucking Orkish, bruv, going fucking mad one day. Goes on a fucking mad one. And kills a man right in front of everyone's eyes, dude. It was incredible. Umbrella. I was being honest with everyone about it and sincere. Yeah, you were, but that doesn't, you know, psychopath's gonna be psychopath, so. You've given Plumrug a complex. Well, I mean, the thing with Plumrug is he's slightly more conscious than Hickey, but still also just repeatedly does brain dead, incredibly insensitive things. Like, and you know, these people just get away with it because they just go, oh, I'm sorry, I just blah 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 blah, and you're like, well, how many times, man? How many times? What's it gonna take? What do we'll just have to keep people are just way more tolerant of people making the same mistakes. I am incredibly tolerant of people making one or two mistakes, but if you just keep making the same mistake over and over again, it's a pattern and there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. You're either a fucking psychopath, you're either fucking too like dumb, you know, for me to have to fucking, I'm not babying you. I'm not your parent, you know. You should have a parent. If you don't have a parent, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be it. You know, or you're evil, or you're fake. You know, people that keep making mistakes over and over again, when you fucking pick up on it, eventually you're like, oh, they're just a liar. They're lying, and we keep accidentally catching them out, is what was happening. I don't know what it is with Plumrug. I honestly think Plumrug's problem is, I think he's trying too hard. For some reason. To be liked. He's got that like Jim Carrey in that fucking movie where he's like, love me! And she won't because God can't interfere with love. But I also don't think, I think I get the sense, this is based on, by the way, nothing. I don't know this person. He's just a parasocial creature in my chat room who endlessly makes the same horrific mistakes over and over again. And I find it very tiresome eventually. But my senses, which on this I don't feel confident about. I wouldn't put money on it, you know. Hickey, my theory on Hickey, I've got two theories on Hickey here. One of them I've shared publicly, that Hikiri is in jail. And he goes on these power cuts and it's actually just like yard time. He gets his like internet hours and he has to put his phone down and shit. And Hikiri is in jail for just, I can't tell you what I think it is, but I should give you some sense of what I think it is. My theory on Plumrug is this. No other streamer would ever do this, by the way. I just want you guys to know how fucking open and honest I am with you people. No other streamer would ever do this. This is just I'm a pure liability to myself, but another streamer would just be like, "Hi, that's so funny, Plumrug, yeah. Subscribe to my channel." My theory is that Plumrug, I think, in his head, thinks that me and him would be best friends. If we went out for a drink, we just went to Plumrug's local. He thinks that I would just be like, "Oh, I get, all right, yeah, we're like, yeah, he's actually really interested and really cool. It's just that he's only ever been able to talk in text form in my chat room, so obviously, how could I ever like get to know him or anything, you know, like." And I truly believe that he thinks that. Plumrug thinks he's one of us. Plumrug thinks that if he was just in the room with me, Orcish, Murgles, and PB, we'd be like, "Oh, come on out," and we'd all be having the same conversation, and we'd really get on really, really well. And I think because of that, Plumrug has this like psychotic over familiarity when in fact that would never be the case. I can tell that there's no fucking way. He's not one of us. I can sense one of us from a mile away. I can sense one of us from a mile away because I have fucking been part of this friendship group since the beginning. I've handpicked some of them. And I think it makes Plumrug inform some fucking weird choices that he makes in the chat room where he gets a little over familiar. But actually, here's what it is. Plumrug's close. He's close. And I think we'd get on just fine. If we were in a bar, we were having drinks, we'd have a conversation, it'd be fine. He's in here every day chatting shit. For the most part, he's fine. But every now and then, he does some shit that is so low IQ that I go, "Oh, he ain't got it. He ain't got it. He ain't got it. He's just made the most he said the most dumb thing. He just said the most insensitive thing. He didn't think of someone else before himself. He did something in there that there is absolutely no fucking way in this life any of my friends would do because of the way they're wired. And that's how I know. And that's all it is. And so he's in here some days and he's trying too hard. He's trying too hard to like, I don't know what, to do something. I can't work him out. It's fucking causing me to have such a... It's like he throws a chaff grenade at my little mind's eye, and I don't trust that neither. My instinct is that fake. This is so... By the way, this is so psychotic, what I'm doing right now, you know? Like, accusing other people of being like completely insane while I'm doing easily the most insane thing of all time. But like that's what it is, and sometimes it's just people who just don't really know themselves well enough yet, and they just have to like become a bit more confident in being themselves. And just once you get that confidence in being yourself, you're like less bothered about like just saying shit to fit in, or you know, whatever I don't know what he's up to, man. Half the time he's up to something. He's like, he'll say shit, you know, just every now and then, man. He says some shit that makes me go, "Oh, you dickhead! You're a dickhead!" Lifted him up by the fucking... For fuck's sake! Oh my god, he'll just say some shit like a toddler, and you're like, "How are you? You're an adult. How? And it makes me crazy. And I'm like, why though? Why did you do that? What is going on with you that made what inspired this absolutely insane choice? And there's one of two things. One, you're trying too hard. So you're trying so badly to fit in that you'll spoil Andor. You know, you'll just be like, oh, the ending of Andor had this happen. It was amazing. Ah, why did I say that? Why did I say I'm trying so hard to fit in that all I've done is reject all of them? It's either that or you dum-dum. He's a dum-dum. He's a dummy, big fat dummy, big fat dum-dum. Big fat dum-dum. Too dumb. Too dumb to understand what the fuck is going on. And therefore annoying. And I don't mean like dumb people are annoying or because she's one of my closest friends. It's just you will never be in the gang. That's it. We're a very elite selection of friends and we are very elitist. You know? I'm not ashamed to say it. Some people will be like, no, we're welcoming to all. No. Because at the end of the day, other people have hurt all of us. And so, yes, I am very specific about who I let in or who I'm willing to be around all day, every day. In the Twitch chat with my friendship group when I go out and do some shit. I can't trust no one. Because everyone's fucking injured. I'm surrounded by a bunch of people with bandages on and fucking arms in slings and fucking blood running out of their nose. And I'm just going to let some other fucking dickhead in? And I look at all of these people around me that are just fucking injured to shit? No. I am specific and elitist about who I let in and around me. And I don't trust no one. And I'm watching every fucker at the fucking door, dude. You know, everyone will be like, oh, your friendship's like a little clique. Yeah, it is. It's a defensive circle. We're in formation like the fucking Roman Empire. We're in a phalanx fucking formation, dude. Because everyone out there's a fucking dickhead. From the day I was fucking born up to literally like 4 days ago. Just fucking surrounded by dickheads. Who are ruining everything. They're hurting me. They're hurting my friends. They're fucking my life up. They're fucking my friend's life up. They're fucking everything up. So I'm a psycho. I'm a fucking psychopath about everyone around me. So when someone like fucking Plumrug is fucking worming his way around, I'm like, what the fuck is he up to? And if I can't work him out, he's probably a snake or a dum-dum. And I can't trust the snake because the snake's gonna fucking turn around and fucking bite someone. And I can't trust the dum-dum because the dum-dum's gonna walk in and set the fucking house on fire and no one's gonna know, it's gonna burn the house down with everyone in it. So you know what? Fuck off! That's what it is. That's what it is. You know, it's not like this fucking like, oh, we think we're better than everyone, elitist group of friends. It's that fucking Jesus Christ, just fucking, we're over here. It's the Black Mage Village. It's the Black Mage Village in Final Fantasy IX. It's hidden in a forest and it's a special magical place and everyone in there is special and fucking stay away. Alright? Because you're fucking, everyone's a fucking poisonous little fucking dickhead. Or a dum-dum. And I don't mean dum-dum. Like dum-dum. I mean you're gonna fuck something up because of your fucking dum-dumness. Because I'm a dum-dum. I can't do basic math. I can't add up numbers. Simple numbers. Because that's not the type of dum-dum I'm talking about. I'm talking about the type of dum-dum who's going to walk into the house at 36 years old and fucking light a match and throw it on the ground. Because they're just a dum-dum. There's no reason that they did it. They just fucking just did it because dum-dum. And they're going to burn down the fucking house. So fucking, what the fuck are you doing? That's what's going on. And it's why I get so fucking triggered out by everyone in the fucking chat room. Because I'm like, hey, get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? What's that guy doing? What's that guy? Where's fucking she come from? Where's she fucking sneaking up on me? Yeah, I'm crazy. What are you gonna do about it? He's a crazy boy. That's what he is. He's a goddamn crazy boy. And you did it. You did this to me. Oh my god, that is ginormous. Words never heard in relation to me in this life before. So, yeah, man. Just, I don't know, man. So, Plumber guy, I just can't work him out. Cannot work this motherfucker out. It's pissing me off. Pissing me off. I was like, shit, bro, forget it. The Walking Dead formation. Stay in circle, strike when the walkers get too close. Yeah. It's annoying, man. Sometimes people treat us like a little elitist group of like fucking, we think we're better than everyone. And it's really annoying because that isn't the case. It's just that, I mean, how many times do you have to be fucking caught out in this industry? Look at him. Why is he so depressed? What is wrong with him? I just put in so many bins. We need more of these fucking guys. Everyone's such a fucking prick in this game. He's doing his job, you know? Just pissed off that he's having to do his job. Bruv. Off you go. The dum-dum walks into the friend group and immediately brings up dads. Aren't dads great? What's going on? What's going on with everyone's dads? That's the dum-dum. A thief has been caught. This motherfucker. Dusty Lipscomb. I know someone called Lipscomb. He's not a thief. He sort of is a thief, I guess, but he's not a bad guy. One of my oldest friends used to beat the shit out of me. It is absolutely wild how easily I'll drop a spoiler without thinking about how it'll affect someone else. See, there's not a single person around me would do that. Not a single person around me would do that twice, I guess is the best way to put that. And you just keep doing it. And it's the same thing with, it was one of the things that Hickey would fucking do all the time. He would fucking come in here, say the most fucking like outrageous thing to either me or someone else in the chat room. Just like them, or like literally the thing that made Orcish snap. Just come in, just say some horrific shit about my dying dog. Go in on Orcish's most stressed out day and just say like the most socially inept fucking response. And then just like, and then be like, oh, I can't believe it. Oh, why is everyone sad? And you're like, all right, well, how many times did you make this fucking mistake? Because this isn't a fucking neurodivergent thing. This is, you're a psychopath at this point. You must be doing it on purpose. Like this isn't just like, oh, you know, it's just maybe slightly on spectrum and has, you know, just a little bit of an awkward kind of approach to certain social interactions. No. That's just offensive to anyone who is autistic on spectrum or Asperger's or something like that, because you just say to someone, please don't do that, and somebody who might be on spectrum just goes, oh, okay, I won't do that anymore. And they don't. That's the thing. He just couldn't learn. And I was like, well, there's something up there then. That doesn't make any sense at all. There has to be something going on there. That is not a mental thing. That is, if it's a mental thing, you're a complete psycho or sociopath. If it isn't a mental thing, then what the fuck is going on with this guy? Like, is everything he's doing just fake? And then I started to piece some stuff together, and honestly, I've had I got a manila folder on that guy. everything that they've... Me and Lux were like... I mean... Huh? Everything they said was just fake and hollow. There was not a real person in there. You know, once you pick up on it, you just watch everything they're doing. They're just like, they're mirroring other things other people are saying. And that was all that they were doing the whole time. Like, okay. And this is what? Just so that you can fit in. Okay, that's like fine to a degree, but like, eventually, but honestly, for me, sometimes it just becomes like an actual security risk. Where I'm like, oh, what are you doing? You stalking someone in the chat or something? And then they were like fucking pretending to be a girl and stuff. I was like, all right, hold on. I don't know what it is. I don't have the answers. But something's up, bruv. What's happening here? How can someone be like this? The hello thing that became a thing where I had to be like, look, you have to stop saying hello to absolutely everyone in the fucking chat room. And it was all just like this thing where it was like, okay, there's some fake shit happening here, bro. It's not a real person. And then yeah, like you just kind of realize that that's what it is. They're just. But then like it becomes a thing of like, okay, why? Why is the next question every time for me? Because my initial and instant response every time is to be defensive and be like, you're trying to attack me in some way. You're trying to... This is... a thing that's freaking me out. So we're under attack. But sometimes people are... like being they're turtling up. They're turtling up, and they are just like, you know, trying to kind of get ahead of the curve and be like, look, this is all the defense because I'm very squishy on the inside, and you know. And you have to be aware, I think, when you're in these situations of like, what is this? Is this a person who is, you know, like turtling and being defensive? Are they being defensive because they have something to hide, or are they being defensive because they're like a person who's at risk, basically, you know, or, you know, is just very cautious themselves? And I just do not get that fucking feeling with that guy, bro. I don't know what the fuck is going on there exactly, but whatever it is, this whole building is too low and it's too high and it's annoying. Yeah, just stuff just doesn't add up with some people, and it's very frustrating because when you're on this side of the thing, because you don't want to be a dick exactly. You do have a whole community of people that come here, and you know, I want people in this fucking chat room to feel comfortable and safe. You know, it's like partially my responsibility. I wouldn't say entirely. I think that whole argument is kind of bullshit when people are like, you're responsible for your audience. No, I'm not. They're fully grown adults. They've got their own computers and they're on them. But you don't have to be completely passive about it. Why is this ride so crooked? That goes full Mindhunter, yeah. Profiling, yeah. Hi Johnny, thanks for the 13 months. For the longest time, I thought Hikir was my my long-term stalker that I've had. I don't think that's the case, but I honestly at this point would not be fucking surprised to learn that. Why is this? Can't do it, can I? I'm gonna have to do this part first. What is in there? There's something in here. Oh, it's a toilet. Okay. I'll allow it. Yeah, after a while, that guy just started to make me feel really uncomfortable with certain things. And I think I'm glad that they demonstrated that behavior in another streamer's chat to the point where he got pissed off with him as well, because I do sometimes think, okay, maybe I'm just being a fucking like hyper defensive, like insane person. What a great way to counter someone's insanity is by being the most even more insane. It's so frustrating when you feel that way about someone, though. Me and Biz talk about this a lot. When you have that sort of hypervigilance the whole life, and you can see it, you sense it in someone, but no one else can, and you're like, well, you become that woman on the plane. I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker right there is not real. And then I think the most frustrating thing about having that kind of magic eye, and I'm not saying it's foolproof, you know, I'm not actually Professor X over here or anything, but I've been right a lot of times about people in my life. But no one believes you until it happens to them. Everyone will be like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, man, I think they're okay, or you know, and then they end up on the receiving end of like this fucking person's bullshit. And then they come to you as if you've never said it ever in your life. they'll come to you and be like, you will not believe. And you're like, I fucking told you that months ago. And you're like, all right, fucking hell, man. It's the most frustrating position to be in sometimes. Don't tell anyone that that looks like that, for the love of God. What is this called? Venetian Carousel. Oh my god, it's even bigger. I'll not make this smaller. It's absolutely huge. Then 6 months later, they have the same revelation and act like it's novel. Yeah, it's the weirdest, most, like, it's kind of frustrating, but it happens a lot because you have that weird ability to sense something is off. Like, it isn't even like you can put your finger on it. It's really difficult to describe to them as well, to really get it across, which is also really frustrating. You're just like, I think something's up here. I don't know what it is. I just fucking, my spidey sense is tingling. And they're like, okay, shut the fuck up. And you're just like, I don't know what this is, but I know that there's something up here with people. I get that feeling about people in RP all the time, and I avoid them. And people are like, oh my god, I love them. And 3 months later, banned for stalking, sending streamers severed ties. Yeah. RP is even more difficult on those RP servers. One of the reasons I don't like doing roleplay servers anymore is that there's that double layer. They have a fucking two-factor authentication situation where they're like, two-factor authentication situation. Jesus, get that in a fucking rap. In that they're already playing a character, and the person behind that character has their mask up, and then the real person. So you have a real person, the piece of shit all the time. Then the mask of the person that they are pretending to be, usually a streamer, or if they're not, then they're just kind of whatever. Then they have the character they're playing. So they have these like double layered up two-factor authentication situation. So even if you get that feeling, it's really fucking hard to fucking figure them out. You see it in their choices, the small ones, the most certain shit, and it screams main character syndrome. Yeah, it's frustrating. But it takes me a long time to figure out people on servers like that as well. It's really weird. I do hate talking about this stuff because this is exactly the thing. I just feel like I come across like a piece of shit when I talk about this stuff. Just a piece of shit. Just you know, he's the guy. Why is he saying all this stuff about these people? And I'm like, because I don't know. I've been around the block, man. You know. It is pissed, isn't it? Look at that. How would it be placed in pissed like that? Wish I could make this arrow smaller. Maybe I can. Anything in this? No. RPers also know how awful a person is and continue to act like they're okay. Yeah, I mean that's just the culture around it, but that's kind of that's a microcosm version of what this industry is like anyway. You know, you'll see the worst piece of shit on the planet be defended over and over again because it's beneficial in this industry. People are big streamer. If you're involved in their stuff, they're going to boost your stuff because you're involved in their stuff. So you end up with people constantly, I think, not like defending, but not also just like not really going out of their way to be bothered by, you know, like what that person is like or what they've done. Because it's beneficial. That's what happens. It's like, and not in a you shake my, you scratch my back, I scratch your back way, just passively beneficial. For example, if you're friends with like a big streamer and you're on their stream all the time, their audience will slowly begin to migrate over to you, so you'll get more viewership. And so you'll get a lot of people who will entertain, you know, big shitty streamers and stuff because they're literally making them, they're basically making them famous, or, you know, or giving them more attention and views on their channel, which everyone wants. You know, I want that. But how I attain that is important to me, but not to a lot of other people, I don't think. I don't think people really give two shits. Most people in this industry don't give two shits about how they attain that kind of fame. And then what happens is that people who maybe call them out, or maybe people who are done interacting with them, will fall off because they have no interest in calling them out or getting into anything with them. Or they do call them out and they just get absolutely bodied by everyone around them because there's a bunch of yes men around these kinds of people, because it's genuinely much more beneficial to just like let these people continue to be how they are. It's so funny how I'm trying to form sentences and also literally be the most OCD about this stupid thing. I mean, I've said this a million times, you know what I mean? I'm like fucking broken record. Whatever they call me. Yeah, they like no, give a fuck. They it's just the whole industry. The whole industry is like that, and RP servers are it's especially effective on RP servers is what I think is what it is, to do that kind of thing. There's a sort of a, it's one of the best ways to grow a channel or to get views, because it is the cross-pollination of streaming with other people. If I played COD with like 4 people, most people would just watch my channel because they're getting the thing. But when you're watching RP servers, you want to follow storylines around, so you can follow a main character, or like the person that you consider to be the main character, whoever you were watching when you first got into it. But if that person goes offline, you can continue to watch the story because it's going 24 hours a day, kinda. And so you can go and shift to other channels, and if there's like a big streamer with a big gang in one of these servers that is interacting with maybe a different gang that you've never heard of because it's a smaller streamer, you would go over to their channel to see their perspective of everything that's going on. And you know, there'll be moments where one gang is planning to hit another gang and you're like, I want to see what the other fucking gang is doing. And so like that kind of symbiotic relationship that is very rare on Twitch. It doesn't really tend to happen. It was a great way to grow a channel on YouTube. It doesn't work on Twitch as effectively. And it is symbiotic if it was natural. Is a really strong way to get viewerships. I find that it's very hollow. Subscribers don't follow. Like, they don't go over and follow and subscribe. But during big storylines and big events, you'll get a lot more viewers and you'll bloat a lot of viewers. And that can be a way to grow your channel, as long as, you know, you can definitely utilize that. The problem is when it becomes parasitic and when it becomes kind of like, I think people will generate, you know, forcibly generate that kind of situation and roleplay on those servers just to, or like they'll just run like, I remember on Atlas seeing someone just fucking like, just go like this one day. Oh, they were just talking to someone and they were like, oh, see ya. And then everyone that was talking in the middle of a scene, they were like, where are you going? And this person was like, I'm just going to get in my boat and go over there. And they get in their boat and just sail in a straight line directly to where like the action was happening. And I was like, you know? And that kind of thing is like really like, I feel like it's just, you're like, all right, well. But no one cares. No one gives a shit. No one fucking cares. And it's just allowed to happen. And then eventually it just becomes the culture. That's just how it's done. And if you are the person who sort of says that you're against it, you're just a piece of shit. You go fuck yourself. Because everyone's just hyper defensive about it because you're fucking with my income, man. What does it matter to you how I do the thing? All right, yeah, fine. All right, I'll shut the fuck up. It's not how I like to do my thing, but if it's how you do yours, who am I, you know? Eventually it's like, who am I to say shit about it, I guess. I'll just fucking fuck off. And then I get kind of just like jaded by the whole thing, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah. I like to pay the iron price, and I shouldn't. It's just not how you do this industry. It is incredibly ineffective. Needs like the golden saucer theme, doesn't it? Go. Multiple shops are very busy. Too many guests are trying to use Pipshot smoothies. Well, what's the problem with that? That's not a problem. That's fine. Fuck off. I'm trying so hard to not get another toffee crisp. No, don't. I am starving myself at the moment. I am in pure starvation mode. How long does it run the test for? open for business. And it is now open for business. Do I still need more vendors? Let's put 2 in just in case. And do I have any other rides? Elixir Machine Fantasy Ride Skin. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'll put it in. Here. No. Problem. Obstructed by what? Fire. Spooky Ride Skin Magic Curl. Oh, Jesus. Looks pretty cool. Maybe I should go over here, though. Royal Cube Fantasy Ride. There we go. Looks like it belongs there, doesn't it? This park needs more rides. There. So it's supposed to be like you come around here to where? To here. And then you exit there. Gotta keep an eye on the time. Oh, we got it. We're finished. It is time for the sponsored portion of the stream. But I will 100% forget about this for tomorrow. I mean, this all needs to be fixed. You know what? If I literally save it here like that, that'll be the first thing I see.
Braid, what the fuck is going on? Why are you ending? Is the stream ending? Is stream ending is already? Braid, the stream is ending already.